Before 2022 Mr. Olympia, William Bonac was predicted to place in the top 3 by the majority of people in the bodybuilding community. That was because of his performance earlier in the year in the Arnold Classic and in Boston Pro. However, William will miss his peak and end up placing 9th. This is not the first time William Bonac misses his mark at the Olympia. From 2020, William's Olympia placings began to decline. His 2022 Mr. Olympia performance will be the worst of all because he will see himself pushed out of the first call out. His performance begs the question of whether William still has anything in the tank or he should just pass on a baton to the new blood. The upcoming Arnold Classic 2023 is the show for William Bonac to prove to himself and to prove to his fans that he is still relevant. William Bonac is not the only guy who has something to prove in this Arnold Classic. Justin Rodriguez is another guy who needs to reaffirm his relevancy. After placing 8th in 2021 Mr. Olympia, Justin was expected to make waves in 2022 competition season. However, it was not gonna be. Justin would display the worst performance ever. He did 5 shows in 2022 competition season and couldn't win any of those shows. He ended up qualifying for Mr. Olympia on points. Justin's performance did not get better at the Olympia. He will end up placing 15th, dropping down 7 places from 2021. 2023 Arnold Classic is the show for Justin Rodriguez to resuscitate his bodybuilding career. We cannot talk about resuscitating bodybuilding careers without mentioning Patrick Moore. Patrick impressed the bodybuilding community when he placed top 10 in his Olympia debut in 2019. His conditioning and his classic look will be the topic of conversation for some time. However, Patrick would not live up to expectations. He would prove himself to be a one-hit wonder because he would fail to duplicate his 2019 look or to improve upon it. Patrick Moore will blame his poor performance and his lack of progress on the pressure that he got from the sponsors. Patrick claimed that he couldn't take time off to make improvements because his sponsors expected him to compete. In 2021 Legend Sport Festival, we will see the worst performance ever from Patrick Moore. He would fail to place in the top 6 in a lineup that will be considered weak by the most pros. After this performance, Patrick Moore will take a break from competing. He did not compete the whole of 2022 competition season. He would take that year off to make necessary improvements. Patrick will be making his return to a competitive bodybuilding stage in 7 weeks at the Arnold Classic 2023. This is where he has to prove that he is not a one-hit wonder. Akim Williams is another guy who needs to rebuild trust with his fans. After consistently disappointing them from show to show, we saw Akim's potential in Mr. Olympia 2020 where he placed top 6. Prior to that, not a lot of people knew who he was. After 2020 Mr. Olympia, Akim left everyone in the bodybuilding community saying that if this guy can nail his conditioning once, he will be a contender for that Olympia title. But sadly, Akim is failing to nail his conditioning from show to show. In 2022 Mr. Olympia, Akim displayed one of the worst packages we've ever seen from him. He was pushed out of the top 10 and he did not place. He was tied for last place. 2023 Arnold Classic, Akim Williams has to prove to his fans that he still has what it takes.